What's up, everyone? Today's video is going to be doing a review and thoughts about Fallout 4. Now, got Fallout 4 a little while after it came out. I really didn't think I'd ever play a Fallout game. I haven't played one before. I don't think so. So I didn't know that if I got the game, I wouldn't know what it's about. I wouldn't know how to play it. You know, it's like buying a new Call of Duty. You have to play the old ones to really understand and how to be good. Um, but this was a very good first impression for a Fallout game. I really enjoy this game. So right now, I'm going to talk about what's bad first, and then polish the game up with what it's good at. So first of all, some of the things I disliked about the game was, um, first of all, the good thing is there's dialogue choices that leads to the bad thing. A lot of the dialogue responses, there's four, and they're a variation of yes, no, explain more, and sarcasm. So you can either go along with the story, reject the story, ask more because you didn't understand, and just be a dick and be sarcastic. That's really it. There's nothing that makes me feel like, man, I would have done something else if they gave me that choice. I would have approached this differently, and I think it would have had a good outcome. But, that's alright. And right off the bat, the game doesn't tell you a lot of helpful features that are useful throughout the game. Like in your Pip-Boy, you can use it as a flashlight. You don't know how many times I was in a dark cave and wished that I could, see. If I was like looking for night vision scopes just to, go down a crevice. If you hold down circle on the PS4, it turns on any color that you make it, which leads me to my next thing is that you can customize the color of your Pip-Boy and your HUD. If you're going to be out in the wasteland a lot, it's bright as fuck. It's like tinted orange. So if you want to change the color, blue, black, green, yellow, white, anything, you can change the color, and that's pretty cool. Another thing is it does tell you, but you could easily look over it, is that you can favor weapons in your inventory bar. You need to do that right away because when you're in combat, you don't want to be pausing, looking at your Pip-Boy, and just, selecting weapons that way. You have to assign yourself. The left bar is going to be assault rifles, the right bar is going to be handguns, the bottom bar is going to be aid, the top bar is going to be throwable objects. You have to organize, really. And, let's see. For me, throughout the whole game, it was hard at some points. I was stuck with very weak weapons, pipe pistols, and no melee items. That's mainly because I stuck truly to the story. I spent maybe a day of side quests because the story was that interesting to me. I just went right through it. As you can see right here, I have Gatling lasers and magnums and snipers. I have everything that makes, me powerful now. But in the game, I remember, I was trapped in a cave area with, maybe 30 ghouls, and I probably had 10 bullets of a pipe auto rifle, which probably would have only killed 4. I ended up having to melee them all to death and drinking radiated water just to get my health back up because it was that low. And that's because I didn't have any weapons. So that's something I didn't really like. The settlements. You can create your own settlements, kind of, in a way, which is cool. You can place things how you want them. You can, fortify your base. But I feel like it was added on at the last minute just to add a couple more days of playtime. It's a little hard to get used to, and you have to spend so many perk points. There's a perk system, and if you want to be able to build the really cool things, you have to maybe spend 20 levels worth of points dedicated to just that category, and 20 levels is a lot. I think I'm like 34, and I've played the game a lot. I beat the game. Another thing is that you have to, on the perk system, you need to choose the Stimpaks and lock breaking skills first, because I realized that the Stimpaks are the health regens. By default, they regenerate by 30%. That is not a lot. So, when you inject yourself with it, you gain 30% health. When you upgrade it all the way, you can get 80% health back. And I figured that out like maybe the last 2 hours of my playing of the game. It's because there's so many perks. You don't want to stop and go through them all. And they're so far down, you're going to be like, well, I'm not going to get to this anytime soon. So you need to get to that right away. So let's see. So on to the things I love about the game. The game has a good story for me. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you are a husband or wife. You can choose. You're in post-apocalyptic, war, and you purchase a vault for your family. And conveniently enough, 10 minutes later, bombs start dropping, and you just wake up in a vault and you see that your son has been kidnapped and someone just shot your wife dead. So you're looking for whoever did that. The story diversity, you can choose different pathways. I think there's up to 5 different settlements and factions you can join. It's really cool. You can be a good guy, you can be a bad guy, you can go completely ape shit. I remember I'm terrible. Amazing weapons. The weapons, I love the weapons. There's legendary weapons. Everything's really cool. There's so many weapons to find, so many bosses you can find. Good leveling up system. I like the leveling up system. The graphics are pretty cool. They're just pretty cool. Especially when you're in the wasteland. When the atom bomb dropped, that area is really cool. Let's see. A lot of the different creatures that are in the game. The death claws, the ghouls. Those are pretty cool. Death claws are these, hybrids of a mutated creature. They're almost alien. Those are like your #1 enemy. But back to the story a little bit. There's the Minutemen, the Brotherhood of Steel, the Railroad, a few other people I can't remember. But you get to choose, who you want to be loyal to. And all of these people have one enemy in common, which is the Institute. The Institute is an unknown location of organization that steals humans and creates robots and sends them out into the world, so you don't know who's a synthetic human and who's a real human, who's a spy, who's not. Everyone has this dark fear of the Institute, and that's who you assume set out to steal your son, because you hear that the Institute kidnaps people. So I really love that. It's a looter's heaven. You can loot so much stuff. I love the loot system. You can just pick up everything. So overall, I think this is a good game. 10 out of 10. Just kidding. 8.5. Suck my dick.